Hello again. It's good to be back with you. And I want to start this morning by wishing Chase Wilson a wonderful birthday. His birthday is today, Sunday, November 22nd. Hope you're doing something special and that you know how much you mean to God. Today we're going to quickly review the story that we read about last week. Remember, it's a story about two sisters. I'm going to see if you remember their names. That's right, it was Mary and Martha. Okay, a couple of questions. Would you ask a basketball player how to hit a baseball? Probably not. How about, would you ask a cook to tell you how to build a house? I don't think so. If you want to do something right, you ask an expert. Think about who some experts might be in your life. If you have questions about something, who might you ask? Maybe you're thinking of your parents. They're always good ones to ask for advice, or if you want to know how to do something, they will probably be able to direct you in that. Maybe you have some dear friends or other relatives, grandmas, grandpas, uncles, aunts, who would be experts in whatever you're wondering about. So, we know that God would be the best expert of all to ask. In today's story about Mary and Martha, Jesus is helping us to learn many things. So we are going to look again at the story, and then we're going to look at it a second time where you can get involved. The story today about Mary and Martha is in Luke chapter 10, verses 38 through 42. If you have it, follow along. If you don't, just listen closely. Now, as they went on their way, Jesus entered a certain village where a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. She had a sister named Mary who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to what he was saying. But Martha was distracted by her many tasks, so she came to him and asked, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to do all the work by myself? Tell her then to help me." But the Lord answered her, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen the better part, which will not be taken from her." So there are some things that Jesus is teaching us through this passage. We can't be like Mary and Martha and sit right at his feet to listen, but we can still listen and learn from Jesus. We can pray, we can take part in worship, whether it's in person or these days a lot of it's on internet. We can do Sunday school again, whether it's someday we'll be able to get together again, or if it continues to be online. Those are ways that we can listen to Jesus. Time spent focusing on Jesus will help us to grow in our ability to care for other people. Time spent focusing on Jesus will help us grow our hearts, our strength, and grow in wisdom. Now I'm going to reread the story, and remember that Martha was the busybody who was busy getting ready. And we can't be too hard on Martha, because last week we talked about how when we're getting company, all the things we have to do to get ready. Sometimes it means cleaning, putting things away. Someone's busy making food for our company. And for Martha, in those days, it probably meant preparing a lot of food. And sometimes the guests didn't just come and stay for a meal. Sometimes they stayed overnight and stayed for a few days. So then there would be beds to make up and more food to make. So there were a lot of things that she felt like she had to do. However, Mary knew that it was really important to listen and learn from Jesus. It was usually men who sat at the feet of Jesus and listened to what he had to say. But Jesus wanted both Mary and Martha to listen and to learn from him. He wanted them both to be his followers. Jesus wants men and women and boys and girls today to do the same. I'm going to reread this story one more time. And this time, every time I say the name Martha, remember she was so busy, you're going to respond with zip, zip, vroom to remind us of Martha. Every time you hear the word Mary, you're going to say, yes, Jesus. Okay, so let's practice. Yes, Jesus is Mary. Zip, zip, vroom is Martha. Okay, so listen again and get ready to respond. Now, as they went on their way, he entered a certain village where a woman named Martha, zip, zip, vroom, welcomed him into her home. She had a sister named Mary, yes, Jesus, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to what he was saying. But Martha was distracted by her many tasks. So she came to Jesus and asked, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to do all the work by myself? Tell her then to help me. But the Lord answered her, Martha, Martha, whoops, zip, zip, vroom. You are worried and distracted by many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary, yes, Jesus, has chosen the better part, which will not be taken away from her. Sorry. So we're just going to close that story with a prayer. So please pray with me. Dear God, thank you for sending Jesus to love and care for me. Help me to take time to learn like Mary instead of being too busy like Martha. Amen. Okay, just a quick word. We have a really special holiday coming up this week. And however you plan to be celebrating Thanksgiving, I just hope it's a time where you stop and take time to thank God for all that he's given to you. Right now, when we're all supposed to be at home and we can't do a lot of the activities that we're used to doing, it might be easy to start complaining. So let's concentrate instead on everything that we can thank Jesus for. I am sending you in the mail, and you should have received it or will receive it soon, a special Thanksgiving activity that I think you and your family would enjoy doing. It's called an M&M game, and it's a gratitude game. Gratitude means thankfulness. And all you need for that are some M&Ms and people, and it'll produce a really good time of sharing and a sweet treat for you. So happy Thanksgiving and have a great week.